Hi there, I'm Dr. Sarah Rist, and I'm a marketing faculty member in the College of Business at Ohio University. My co-author, Dr. Mary Tucker, is also a professor in the College of Business at Ohio University in the Management Department. We're here to present research on the Z-shift paradigm. As so many of us know firsthand, the unexpected global viral pandemic in spring of 2020 coerced nearly all colleges and universities to shift in-person classes to the computer in some capacity. Although this shift created hardships, unfortunately, for so many, it also organically created a natural laboratory on a global scale with opportunities for higher education stakeholders in the masses to experience learning in different modalities and to arrive at renewed conclusions based on their firsthand experiences. These are experiences and observations that we are still researching and learning from. Simultaneously, this worldwide experiment provided researchers with the right set of circumstances to investigate the strong effects of the pandemic and how it continues to affect higher education and society at large. So for this research, we investigated the shifting preferences regarding Generation Z student experiences. We wanted to know what their ideal ways of taking classes are beyond pandemic times, and how progressive learning modality preferences by Gen Z students might affect future workforce preferences. Here is our abstract. In summary, a quantitative study was conducted with 926 research participants enrolled in at least one university-level marketing course. The hybrid modality was the most popular course format chosen among the college student research participants in this sample. The COVID-19 pandemic significantly changed course delivery and shifted students' preferences. It really shook up their experiences in regards to educational formats. Research indicates a shift in the nature of learning and teaching, prompting calls for redesign and modernizing the way in which we deliver and design higher education courses. Universities remain critical to societal progress with a need to adapt to modern times for a flexible and more hopeful future. Stakeholders really should analyze post-pandemic trends to enhance course delivery, workforce preparation, and societal contributions. And students should be empowered to share their preferences, shaping a future-ready higher education system. To develop a more contemporary and sustainable model, higher education stakeholders and leaders should continually reflect inward and backward to learn from the experiences and trends that occurred after the COVID-19 global pandemic began to continuously make future improvements. This includes reevaluating the ways in which college courses are delivered and how learners can be best supported and prepared for the workforce and ultimately contribute effectively to society at large. As stated by Kathy Davidson, the new education must prepare our students to thrive in a world of flux, to be ready no matter what comes next. Prior to 2020, traditional in-person face-to-face classes really dominated as the primary instructional and work format in both education and work culture. However, with increased experience working in hybrid modalities and revealing various benefits in both physical and digital environments, we can really learn a lot from these changes and these experiences. And those changes and experiences that happened when the pandemic was first declared, really, we're talking about the rapid digital adoption, enabling academic and business continuity by shifting in-person interactions and working and learning tasks from the in-person environment to the computer, to an online realm, not only helped at the time to enable continuity and keep the germs and virus spread down, but also introduce new challenges and new ways of learning and working. So as a result, learners are a lot more cognizant now of those opportunities that they've experienced, right? The opportunities that they have to work in different types of formats, whether in person, online, or a combination with the hybrid modalities. And the research continuously reveals that these experiences have influenced their perspectives and their preferences as the learners were introduced to so many new to them, right? New and diverse ways of learning in different spaces, physical and digital. And it really expanded their understanding of blended or hybrid environments. Updated research on this topic is important so that we can continuously evolve and integrate student-centric elements from different formats to enhance teaching, learning, and workforce readiness. There's been a great deal of discussion and observations made about how many aspects of life have been reshaped in these post-pandemic times. Yes, remote learning and hybrid work was an option for some people pre-2020 before the global pandemic began, but it was much less common. It was a much smaller scale. So the broad shift to the digital realm didn't happen for the masses until the pandemic was declared in 2020, and it pushed as much of our academic and professional lives and interactions as possible to online formats. So the reality is the world of work is changing. As Kathy Davidson asserted, if we want to take the phrase workforce ready seriously, then we have to understand what is required of today's workforce. So now more than ever, there are so many different opportunities in rethinking and rebuilding educational environments to coincide with the ever-changing occupational landscape. This includes an opportunity for the higher education system, as well as the workplace, to reimagine the ways in which we work and interact, especially as we continue to research and learn more about this topic. This leads us to our main questions. When designing this research study, which was centered around investigating what the preferred learning modalities are of traditional age college students in the Generation Z demographic, we really wanted to ask more students if they now favor traditional face-to-face formats or if they prefer hybrid courses more. We considered how hybrid courses in the higher education sector may help students adapt to hybrid work models as they prepare for their future professional careers. So by investigating the connection between students' learning preferences and their readiness for hybrid work environments, we may be able to better understand and better align the role of educators in preparing students for evolving workforce demands. The methodology for this study was grounded in a quantitative approach. Survey questions were developed to help inform the research questions to better understand if Generation Z college students favor traditional learning formats or if they prefer hybrid courses. We used a convenient sampling method for this quantitative research, and survey data was collected from a total of 926 Gen Z traditional age undergraduate college students. So nearly 1,000 college students were surveyed. And the respondents were majoring or minoring in business, and they were also enrolled in a marketing course at a residential public four-year university in the spring or fall semester of that year. Of the 926 total survey respondents, roughly 70%, so over 2/3, were in their junior or senior year of college at the time. In addition to the demographics, students were queried about their ideal form of taking classes with single answer response choices ranging from online learning choices with asynchronous and or synchronous to hybrid learning to traditional in-person classes. There was an additional other response option with a text box where respondents could type specific details. So that was offered, especially to those respondents who may feel more neutral on the topic or who may want to expand on their thoughts. The data set was then exported to Excel from Qualtrics and analyzed using a statistical software application called Jamovi, which is very similar to SPSS or JASP. The results of the study did reveal that the majority of the respondents in the sample prefer the hybrid course format. So roughly 61% prefer the hybrid format. The traditional face-to-face as well as the online options were much less preferred options. The rapid changes that occurred during the pandemic accelerated the evolution of blended and hybrid models in education and in the workforce. Individuals, organizations, and institutions learned to adapt quickly and really to foster resilience. The survey respondents have experienced various course delivery modalities, as discussed earlier, and that's been especially over the past few years, ranging from online asynchronous and online synchronous to face-to-face delivery to different variations of blended learning, hybrid formats. The findings from this research suggest that Generation Z students increasingly favor hybrid learning, which combines the flexibility of online learning with the engagement of face-to-face interactions. Hybrid models are becoming more of a standard. They're reflecting more of the evolving employee expectations as well, as we've seen in the literature. Organizations and educators should adapt to these shifts for better alignment with modern society and the needs of individuals and organizations. Future research would be advantageous to address evolving societal needs and to reshape modern work and education structures. Studies across higher education institutions can provide deeper insights into the impact of hybrid learning and how to effectively blend online flexibility with in-person engagement. Leveraging this type of data can help institutions prepare for the evolving needs of traditional and lifelong learners, and future research will be helpful to better understand changing preferences and how to prepare learners for increasingly flexible digital work environments, and how to support this adaptation with evolving societal needs and workforce demands. In conclusion, the COVID-19 global viral pandemic in early 2020, we know it was unpredicted and it triggered many unexpected and indirect consequences, such as an increased presence of hybrid learning in higher education institutions, which has been transforming the pedagogy of traditional teaching and learning practices at a much larger scale than pre-pandemic times. Traditional ways of working, we know, have also been shifting. By embracing continuous improvement to align education with workforce demands, students can be engaged as partners in shaping inclusive and effective learning environments. Moving forward, intentional planning and thoughtful preparation can help integrate hybrid learning techniques well, while better preparing students for the workforce. Here is a partial list of references. Thank you so much for your time, and for additional information, please refer to the manuscript. Thank you for your time and attention, and have a great day.